Hey boys and girls, welcome to another super exciting, outrageous toy review. This episode is geared at G.I. Joe collectors. This is a how-to video on how to change rubber bands inside a vintage G.I. Joe figure. A G.I. Joe figure is held together on the inside by a rubber band. It holds the upper half of their body, their torso, to their legs. They should be nice and tight. They eventually get wobbly like this. That's a bad sign because that rubber band is going to break, and then that G.I. Joe is going to be like all the other ones laying here on the table, who are in pieces. If you're looking to repair some vintage G.I. Joes, or even G.I. Joe-like figures, you need two things. You need a small Phillips head screwdriver, and you need O-rings. These are kind of like thick rubber bands. You could get them at the hardware store if you only need one or two. If you're going to be doing a lot of figures, it's worth investing in a baggie of them. You can get them in different quantities. eBay is a great way of getting them. I buy mine from smalljoes.com. So anyway, I have a big baggie of O-rings here. I have a screwdriver. I have a bunch of guys laid out. I'm actually probably going to start with this tan Clutch just because he's in the middle. And I like Clutch. So I got Clutch here. This is the driver to the Vamp Mark II. It's the second version of him from 1983. It's a pretty good figure. This came in a collection I have. Here's his waist piece. Here's his legs. This part here is called the T-hook. It's a bar with a hook on the end of it, and that's what attaches to part of the rubber band. We got to open this guy up here. Stick my screwdriver in the back here. Twist this out. Sometimes the screws get rusted so bad you can't get them out. That can be a problem. Now that screw's out, carefully open up the torso. There are little pins inside here that you don't really want to mess up, so that's why you want to be careful. There's his broken, dried out rubber band. Now, when I take the new rubber band, I like to pre-stretch mine a little bit, because you're going to put it under a lot of pressure in there, and it's going to be pulling pretty hard on your toy, so I always like to stretch mine out a little bit. Put it over the hook, in the legs. Now I'm going to slide the waist through. You do need to be careful. This center piece here is kind of fragile on some Joes, so you don't want to force that. You don't want to be too quick to jam that T-hook and rubber band through there. Wiggle it down, get it into place. Then I do the back. The back has this big post there that the rubber band hooks onto. I always kind of do it like this, and then pull, and I flex it back until it stays open like that. Now I usually put the arms in next. I just kind of gently set them in there. I'm not worried about anything being too tight in place yet. There's the head. Oops, the arms fell out. That happens pretty often. Make sure you're getting the arms on the correct side. You don't have to pull them back apart. Take the chest. Smush it together. Wiggle it around. Whatever you got to do to get it back together with all three of those parts still in there. Pop the screw back down in there. Clutch reporting for duty, sir.